is the Mazda CX-8. Bit confusing, you know about the CX-5, you know the CX-9 of course, the big luxury one. Then you know the CX-3, the compact crossover, which is so popular. People love it, even though it's fully imported and priced a little bit too steep. People love it because it looks great. And then you got now the CX-8. But what happened to the CX-7? Mystery. Used to be quite a popular car with the grey importers, and then it sort of just disappeared. So now we have again the CX-8, local assembled in Kulim, where Mazda in Malaysia has a plant. And this vehicle comes in petrol and diesel. Unusual, right? This is Mazda's only diesel offering in Malaysia. A 2.2 diesel, 188 brake horsepower, 450 Newton meters of torque. For those of you listening or watching who understand what torque is, that's a lot of power delivery for an SUV. So why did Mazda build the CX-8? Was it a replacement for the CX-7? Maybe. Was it a new product that comes above the CX-5 but stays below the CX-9? Definitely. So, is this a brand new platform? No. The CX-8 sits on the same platform as the big luxury SUV CX-9. But it's got the same width as the CX-5. It's a little bit taller and of course longer. And why is it longer? Because it's got a third row seat. So Mazda decided that, you know, there is a market of people who have bought the CX-5. So many people have bought the CX-5 globally. Malaysia, one of the best-selling 5-seater SUVs in the market. And then anywhere in the world you go, the CX-5 has just done so well. It's basically Mazda's best-selling product to date. I think so, yeah. So now comes the reason for the CX-8. I'm coming back to that. A lot of the CX-5 owners from the first generation at some point need to move up. Moving up doesn't necessarily mean, you know, getting the same product. Moving up means maybe you want a bit more space, or, you know, that extra third row seat might just come in handy because a new child has come into your family, or you have a, you know, maybe a relative living with you, or you never know, you know. So having a little bit more in every area. So the CX-8, this CX-8 actually comes like normal, 2 front seats, but you got the identical 2 seats in the middle row. It's not a third row bench. It's not 3 individual seats. It's 2 seats, just like in the front here, with a center console. So it gives you that captain chair feeling which you get in a lot of super luxury SUVs and MPVs. Then on the third row, like normal 3-row SUVs, you get seating for 2 in absolute comfort, 3 in a real pinch. If they are kids, 3, no problem. Now, even with all 3 rows in play, that means in use, you still have luggage room. Not the greatest luggage room. Let's face it, this is not the CX-9, but you still have luggage room. And if you drop those seats, immediately you get a huge luggage area. So for example, someone who's driving a current CX-5 or any of its rivals thinks, you know, it's about time I got something bigger. The third row seat might come in to use sometimes when I'm picking up families or, you know, taking some friends out. But I have that additional space for bicycles, for outdoor equipment, for, you know, buying some garden stuff and coming back, or just picking up a relative who's coming for a long visit at the airport who's got loads of baggage. That's one thing. So now comes the price. Now, don't expect something like this to come at a very low price. So Mazda has priced it, I think, quite reasonable. This high-spec diesel 2.2 sells for 217,000 ringgit. It comes already fitted with the best tinted glass money can buy from Konica Minolta. On top of that, you got leather everywhere, you got soft touch panels, you got infotainment, you got all the Apple CarPlay connectivity, you got navigation, you got lovely seats at the back, you got that nice Mazda design. Pretty good, right? Now, if you're thinking, no, I don't want a diesel, I want a petrol, you can also get a petrol driven version. Surprisingly, the petrol-driven version is just 180,000 plus, and you get nearly everything this car has got with a petrol 2.5 engine. So it's your call. You can go to the showroom, take the petrol out for a test drive, or decide on the diesel. Either way, the CX-8 is a pretty good product, and it has very few rivals in Malaysia.